Choke, no joke. I'm back. Y'all know what it is. All right, we gotta wrap up this the rest of this Fat Joe lawsuit. I know y'all was waiting at 12 o'clock, but I'm here. Better late than never. All right. Choke, no joke. I'm in the building. CC Crippin's been here waiting since 12:26. I'm sorry, my love. I'm here now. Gizmo, what up? You already know I am here. Choke, no joke. We're going to get right back into this Fat Joe lawsuit. I think we're more than halfway at the halfway point of it. It's a very long lawsuit. But when you thought the worst was over, more to come, boy. More to come. Yeah, man. So y'all come on in. All right. Shout out to my man Real Right. Heading up from Dubai. You already know. Shout out to everybody in Dubai, Al Basha, Abu Dhabi. You know what I mean? West Beach, Jumaria, everywhere out there that I went and partied and had a great time. I can't wait to get back. But we are here, y'all. So make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that if they don't want to miss this, now's the time to tap in. Choke, no joke, you already know. All right, I'm here now. Let's get to it. All right, I'm back with the Fat Joe TA the Legend lawsuit. All right, for all those who've been watching over the last few days, that's been amazed and mind been blown just like mine's. Wait till you see what is next in this lawsuit. Oh my God, this thing is better than Lifetime TV. This is better than Tubi. Choke, no joke, y'all already know, baby. We here. Let's get to the show.
Choke, no joke, yeah. It's choke, no joke. Choke, no joke, chicken, choke, no joke. Choke, no joke, niggas, choke, no joke. Many have said it. This go out to the East Coast, West Coast. Put it up. No palm tree the trees and the palms of dealers and fiends. Late night roam the streets. Weed is weaker, but it's cheaper. Not many chicks frontin' like divas. Out west, every chick's a model like Eva, and you know I'm far from believing her. So I'm G'ing her like she G'ing me. Banging in LA is a different thing. At the end, you either dead on the bang, getting out, doing better things. On Sunset, where they hang. Hollywood, where they hustle for change. Times Square here, it's the same. No matter where you go, you'll find a lane. On the west, they kick it with Kane. On the east, trees the social thing. East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap, East Coast. When I'm on the west and I'm doing my thing, don't offer me coke or your nose I bang. Friends don't offer other deadly things. Thanks for the hospitality, we'll still hang. I won't judge you, leave me as I came. On the road to success, top of the game. Eat all the finer things in the food chain. Teach my kids to do the same. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap, East Coast. Gotta love life and offer wonderful things. Being to travel is a privileged thing. Came back to the East, air wasn't fresh. Streets filled with trash, various people in the ass. It's easy to tell who's upper middle class. Police and racism, same as crash. Back to where they not social, where they less vocal. When they don't know you, be careful, show you around the East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap East Coast, whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Pop your bottles and toss the cork. If you rap West Coast, both coasts are known to give you fame. Got paparazzi playing cameras your way. Got you bobbing and weaving like Cassius Clay. Most thugs turn Muslim in older days. Change their name to Allah they pray. Probably till they decay. This go out to the east and west. For Big and Pac, y'all let's connect. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap West Coast, whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. You can't get the West without the ES. So it's manifested that we connect. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. Learn from mistakes, baby. You know what it is. Greg on the track. Rest in peace, baby. Either war, we here now. You know what it is.
Joke, no joke. Smile treatment, you know. Yeah.
Choke, no joke. Jack Brown. Yeah, now.
Choke, no joke. Jack Brown. Yeah. This what ATL in New York sound like. Let's go. Y'all hating ass niggas, I see y'all. Choke, get busy, that's why I got the crown. Hate in the air. You clowns, I see the envy that you breed, jealousy. What you need is your own damn hustle. Stop worrying about mine. Nigga, I'm poppin' cause I put in time. Came out modeling, camera in hand. Still get busy with the mic in hand. Streets pulled out, niggas got sprayed. Niggas turn on you when they see you get paid. The intimidation in your face. Where's the love? What's taking place? You want my gold and my ducats. Cause my money overflowing out of buckets. Shot him in public, made people holler. Scar on his face for the money and the power. I'm the chokester. Chokester. The truth in the industry made me the chokester. 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 The truth in the industry made me the game had me fooled, got in, was young. Thought talent made you rich, damn was dumb. More to make, cake from crumbs. You gotta be sweet, G or native tongue. My heartbeat went into overload. When Larry tried to turn me into a mole, told me show my curly to the CEO. I didn't think it's funny, so his jaw hit the floor and grabbed that chair that broke his back. Then realized that's a hate attack. Harassment comes assault, you in the maze. No way out, like Puff and Mace. Touch me, tease me, I catch a case. Nigga, you ain't straight as your poker face. Father law God, in that game I fold. This sun don't tick, demon time don't hold. I'm the chokester. Chokester. The truth in the industry made me the chokester. 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 The truth in the industry made me the chokester. Chokester. The truth in the industry made me the chokester. Chokester. On the ones and twos, chokester. What y'all wanting to do? I'm here now. Bermuda Wall, stand up. Shout out to the bomb squad. Jack Brown, you know what it is. Keep on hating, you know what it is. Never did I think hip-hop go this far. Never did I think I see Diddy behind bars or kills, penitentiary scars. The Man Act, is it going too far back? Y'all industry rats, y'all whack. That's 100 on Pyro. You'll be trapped like Pac. The go viral. Gene saw the nuts of gyro at the freak off and Diddy too. But plug shopper, free door stopper. Nigga, you don't know if you a criminal or a cop. But you're next to be locked. Ask Keefy D, telling on yourself on Vlad TV. You dumb nigga, right? You never be me. And I never be you too. Telling on YouTube, yeah, sitting on the step, giving up myself. What the fuck I look like? My name G-Dap. Comb legacy doom. Will the bad boy see time like loan? Your extortion fell through. You friended no one like the moon. What did you do? Sat back and watch him get groomed. Only badge in the room. You and wifey drunk the juice. Saw the check for Pac life. And his back right. Guess it's bad boy for life. Or should I say same gang? You the same lane. That Diddy let hang. And now he chain gang. Damn, you rocked him, fella. Didn't you? For the mozzarella. Did it for Wolf and his mother. D-Fur and Kurt Burrow. Nah, nigga, you did it cause your ass ain't thorough. And you ain't from the boroughs. Joke, no joke. You know what it is. This one's for the whole earth. You know, when they get disrespectful, I just go to the booth and kick the truth to the young black youth. Joke, no joke. You know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is.
Choke no joke in the building. Y'all already know. Y'all know what we here for. We here. Come on in. We here, baby. Oh, man. I'm going to go live on my Instagram. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all what's so crazy, right? Now, some of you I may not see, right? But there's dudes. I'm not saying that any or everything in this lawsuit is true. Okay. I'm not saying that, for one. I'm not saying any and everything is true. Right? Some stuff I can believe, some stuff I'm not. But now you got niggas on the internet which goes to show me that niggas is making phone calls. Let me stop saying the N-word. People are making phone calls to do damage control, right? and it's sad that, you know, that dude's got to be sitting out here butt kissing right? Knowing what they saying ain't true, right? And it is horrible to me, right? Right? Here, I'm gonna show y'all a perfect example, right? Oh, let me put my fair use thing up here. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976 allows is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit educational and personal use tips and balance in favor of fair use. So I'm going to use this clip of this guy on Instagram, right? I don't know his name. He's been in the industry for a while, I guess. I never met him, right? That I know of, right? But I seen him do this post in regards to the Fat Joe lawsuit, right? Like I said, I'm not saying everything in this thing is true, right? But there's certain stuff you can't deny, like the phone call, the recorded phone call between Pistol Pete and Percy and Rich the player and Percy, right? You can't deny that. That is a fact, right? Because they have the audio, they submitted the audio to the feds, right? So it's not speculation. It is a fact. It ain't speculation. Ain't nobody making up the phone call. The phone call happened. It was recorded, and it is in the lawsuit, word for word, verbatim, right? Then on top of that, we have heard Fat Joe tell his war stories. We have heard Pistol Pete tell his war stories, right? So it is a fact that certain stuff that they say, not saying that what they said may be a fact or not, but it's the fact that they said it, right? Now, I'm going to show you a guy, right, that's sitting there defending Fat Joe. And y'all tell me, if you believe this guy's telling the truth, you put a thumbs up. If you think this guy's lying, put a cap in the chat. All right, put a nice cap in the chat. I don't care what color the cap is. Usually it pops up blue, right? Listen to this guy, right? And I'm using this under fair use to comment and criticize on it, right? And it's sad, bro. And this is the reason the industry is what it is, right? And these are the people that succumb. I'm not saying this guy, but these people in the industry succumb to secret homosexuality so they can move on in life, right? So they can be amongst these guys in the industry. You know what I'm saying? And they could prosper and they could get to the millions and they could be in the room because they be going and hanging at the Diddy parties and the Yeezy parties, as we found out, which happened in Vegas, right? Listen to what this guy says about Fat Joe, right? And the Fat Joe situation. Listen to this guy.
Every single time, it just cracks me up that every single time the Epstein files come out, then they go after an entertainer. I mean, immediately to switch up the narrative. I mean, Fat Joe, $20 million lawsuit with what they're accusing Fat Joe of. I mean, if anybody knows Fat Joe, you know that this is ridiculous. I mean, Joey is like a 9-to-5 rapper. That's what I would call him. Is he shows up, he does the job, he leaves. He doesn't go party. I've never seen him at any industry event outside of the Source Awards or the Grammys or something. He sits in his seat, then he goes home. He doesn't want any part of drama. Joey is always the guy who comes in and helps solve the drama. I mean, I can't tell you how many. Anyways, but what I'm saying is, shout out to Emily, by the way. I was watching her her details on the Diddy trial, and that's a perfect example. Is they made all of these accusations, guns, drugs, kids, I mean, all of this kind of stuff, and then when it gets to court, it's a circus. And basically what she's saying is a lot of this testimony is a nothing burger. And I mean, it is what it is. But Joey Crack, $20 million lawsuit, yeah. Just cracks me up that every single time the Epstein files come out, then they go after an entertainer. I mean, immediately to switch up the narrative. I mean, Fat Joe, $20 million lawsuit with what they're accusing Fat Joe of. I mean, if anybody knows Fat Joe, you know that this is ridiculous. I mean, Joey is like a 9-to-5 rapper. That's what I would call him. Is he shows up, he does the job, he leaves. He doesn't go party. I've never seen him at any industry event outside of like, you know, the Source Awards or the Grammys or something. He sits in his seat, then he goes home. He doesn't want any part of drama. You know, Joey is always the guy who comes in and helps solve the drama. You know, I mean, I can't tell you how many. Anyways, but what I'm saying is shout out to Emily, by the way. I was watching her details on the Diddy trial, and that's a perfect example. Is they made all of these accusations, guns, drugs, kids, I mean, all of this kind of stuff, and then when it gets to court, it's a circus. And basically what she's saying is a lot of this testimony is a nothing burger. And I mean, it is what it is. But Joey Crack, $20 million lawsuit, yeah, just cracks me.
Fat Joe's a 9-to-5 rapper. He don't go to no events. He's not about drama. Is this guy talking about Young MC or is he talking about Fat Joe? Like, what Fat Joe he talking about? It's not about drama? Now, I don't know who this asshole is right here. Joe, why don't you tell him what really happened with you and Diddy? I'm going to drop the link for you, Kitty Del Bronx. And you come on here and you tell me what happened with me and Diddy. Okay? Nobody else hit that link but this fucking idiot right here. You come on and you tell me what happened, what really happened between me and Diddy. You come on here and you tell me. We gonna wait for this motherfucker to hit the link. Sandra Love, what up? Hit the link and you come in here and tell me what happened between me, what really happened between me and Diddy. If you didn't get the link, you didn't see the link the first time, I'm going to drop it for you again. We waiting. Let me drop it a third time. We waiting, Kitty, Dell, whoever. Come on here and tell me what really happened between me and Diddy. We waiting. Thought not. Anyway, let's move on. Got no time for dumb motherfuckers today. Like I said, I don't know who this guy is, but Fat Joe's not about drama. What is Fat Joe's 85% of his content about? What niggas did to niggas? He robbed a whole school of niggas. But he ain't about no drama. Yeah, all right, my nigga. Y'all niggas just keep out here. I gotta stop saying the N-words. He ain't even no N-word. The damage control is crazy. I'm live on YouTube and Instagram. One second, y'all. I'm setting up this Instagram. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Where was we at? All right. We was right here. Let me get an image. I know I still ain't do a show on Dame Dash losing everything, but I will get to it. So this is what's getting ready to come up. And of course, the dude TA the Legend. I don't know why y'all keep saying Fat Joe's hype man. The dude name is TA the Legend. All y'all reporting Fat Joe's hype man, Fat Joe's hype man. Like y'all don't know the nigga name. TA the Legend, right? You've seen him on my channel several times. Last time was with when him and Cuban Links came on, when they did the joint with sellout ass Lord Jamal, all right, the Swanner, the 85%er. This nigga said, Lord Jamal tried to come out and say, man, I ain't sell out somebody that shuts up and don't say nothing and won't speak. Nigga, you didn't put out that Fat Joe record. Here we go again, did you? You shut up when it came to that, didn't you? Fuck out of here. This is about to pop up in the lawsuit if we get to that part. So if you're new here, you know, and you aren't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, especially if you're in here for the third day on this Fat Joe thing. You know what I mean? Please, if you don't mind, hit the like button so the notifications could go out to the people that didn't get no notifications. All right. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. If you want to see live on YouTube, go in the stories. I just posted in my stories. I'm live now. Hit that link and it'll bring you to the show. All right. Or you can stay right there and watch. It's up to you. So where was I? All right. So I was here. The Cartegena Enterprise structure, operations, and racketeering purpose. The overview of the enterprise. From approximately 2005 through the present, defendant Cartegena has directed, managed, and participated in an ongoing criminal organization identified in this complaint as the Cartegena Enterprise. This enterprise includes a network of loyal enforcers, financial agents, corporate fronts, and industry collaborators. Damn keys out of my pocket. Publicly, the enterprise operated under branded entities such as the Terror Squad, Up NYC, and other entertainment and apparel ventures. Privately, the same structure functioned as a criminal enterprise whose core purpose was to enrich defendant Fat Joe through the use of coercion, threats, fraud, trafficking, and violence, all while concealing the enterprise's true nature from law enforcement, regulators, and the public. The Cartegena Enterprises qualifies as an association, in fact, enterprise under 18 U.S.C. 1961-4, a group of individuals and entities associated for a common purpose, with a clear structure, shared operational goals, and continuity of membership and method. The enterprise operations affected both interstate and international commerce, including the transport of victims, the movement of illicit funds, and the laundering of revenue derived from commercial performances and digital royalties. Oh, shoot. Oh, y'all might want to see this. They break down the overview of the enterprise. You got Fat Joseph. Fat Joseph. You got Joseph Cartegena, aka Fat Joe. You got his aliases, the Dirk and the Don. His role with the enterprise: directed all racketeering activity, issue orders for violence, handle revenue, coordinated intimidation, and creative theft. Erica Juliana Morena, the legal representative, unauthorized to practice law in the state of Florida, files fraudulent corporate documents, engages in unauthorized practice of law, and establishes shell corporations to conceal illicit funds. Azria, what's her name? Azria, I don't know her name. Azaria Cartegena, the defendant's daughter and co-conspirator, nominal owner of the shell entities, Azaria LLC, obscures defendant's actual ownership and control to evade liabilities. Woo! That's what they, I am not going to even throw him in this. I ain't going to even say his name. Financial operations and money laundering network, shell companies and fraudulent entities, Slate Inc., Essential Financial Conduit, primary corporate vehicle through which the Cartegena enterprise consolidated, laundered, and redistributed illicit funds. Belidat LLC, Woo Inc., and RF So Valid LLC. Subsidiary entities operated directly under Slate, forming a multi-layer financial laundering infrastructure designed explicitly to diffuse and obscure enterprise funds across several corporate fronts. Azaria LLC, a nominee control entity, Azaria LLC was strategically registered under the nominal ownership of the defendant's Cartegena's daughter, Azaria Cartegena. This nominee control entity served the express purpose of obscuring defendant's personal ownership, control, and legal exposure. Sneaker Addict Torrent LLC, PPP fraud recipient, utilized the fraudulent, same type of stuff, the PPP loans. Domo LLC, fraud link enterprise, integrally connected to Cartegena's enterprise financially fraud schemes, serving as an additional corporate entity that facilitated and executed illicit enterprise transactions. The Enterprise Enforcement and Security, Pistol P. Torres, enforcer, street captain, managed physical retaliation, orchestrated beatings, stabbings, and targeted redacted. What could that be? Executes threats and physical assaults, reports directly to the defendant Cartegena, supervising violent enforcement. Richard Rich Player, business manager and head of enforcement, coordinated the enterprise messaging, relayed threats and orders, assisted in laundering proceeds, interface with the third-party handlers. Enforcer Doe 1 and Enforcer Doe 2. Executioners. I think some bodies about to come up in this shit. This is why they not saying their names. Executioners. Report to Rich Player and Pistol Pete. Conduct direct threats, surveillance, intimidation, and victim isolation operations. Were responsible for stabbings, blank, and targeted violent attacks. I think that redacted thing is murder. Don't quote me on it. I said I think. When you got the word enforcer, Doe 1, and enforcer Doe 2, and executioners, we know what an executioner is, right? And then they redacting, like somebody might have gave up some bodies. JB, Raul, and Ak, street crew. Execute ghost transactions, intimidation of rivals, engaged in sex trafficking and customer manipulation through Up NYC. Don't quote me, but if a murder pops up, don't be surprised. Like if this turns to a criminal case and the murder's in there, do not be surprised from looking at this. Driver Doe, enterprise driver, provides discreet transport for victims, cash, and contraband, ensures covert movement of assets and personnel domestically and internationally. Agent Doe, the travel agent, coordinates discreet domestic and international travel, books airline tickets, private charters, and hotel accommodations, including for minors, maintains confidentiality of the enterprise, movements, and illicit activities. Up NYC stores employees frontline retail, facilitated credit card fraud and unauthorized resale of exclusive merchandise, and serves as a shell front for laundering illegal profits. What is this? Oh. Is that Cuban in the link? I mean, Cuban. Cuban, don't come in here talking crazy, nigga. I'll mess with you after I finish reading. When I'm done with this, Cuban, I'll drop you the link. But I know your ass, nigga. You coming in here to crack jokes and talk shit. I got you in a minute, Cuban. I got you. Stick around, brother. Stick around. cash-based money laundering. CBML, I guess that's what that is, cash-based money laundering. Up NYC was utilized to strategically to inject illicit, obtain cash into seemingly legitimate business transactions. Revenue streams from the unrecorded or off the books retail sales transactions, as well as funds derived from wage theft, were systematically, commonly with legitimate sales revenues, thereby laundering illicit profits through the guise of standard retail operations. Financial concealment and fraud, venue for trafficking and enterprise meetings, operational integration within enterprise network, fraudulent PPP loans and accusations, key enforcement examples and patterns of violence. The Cartegena enterprise maintained discipline, suppressed dissent, and enforced loyalty through a persistent and calculated use of violence. This violence was not random. It was strategic, directed, and often premeditated. Defendant Cartegena regularly issued orders that resulted in seriously bodily harm or death. I told y'all some murder in here. Using surrogates and coded language to insulate himself while asserting dominance across the enterprise. And, yo, if you think this ain't going criminal, you bumping. Examples of enforcement violence include Miami incident, teenagers ordered to attack. In Miami, defendant Fat Joe ordered 2 teenage boys to assault a man who had inadvertently walked through a group of affiliates with the enterprise. The man, armed in self-defense, fatally shot both teens. Their deaths were a foreseeable outcome of the defendant's coercive leadership style, which normalized confrontation and violence as acceptable forms of conflict resolution and loyalty enforcement. So are they saying that he told some young niggas to step to somebody and that nigga pulled the gun out and killed them? Allegedly? That's what is teenagers ordered to attack. In Miami, the defendant ordered 2 teenage boys to assault a man who had inadvertently walked through a group of affiliates with the enterprise. The man, armed in self-defense, fatally shot both teens. Wow. Somebody in Miami gonna know this story. Somebody in Miami is gonna know this story and they're gonna be reporting on it in 5 seconds. Cafe Ketchup and Sing Sing events. The enterprise coined the phrase "cafe ketchup" to reference a retaliatory stabbing that occurred after an altercation involving the enterprise member JB. Another incident involved a murder for which I told y'all was murders. That's what's redacted. Another incident involved a murder for which, according to the defendant's admission, another individual is now serving a life sentence in Sing Sing Correctional Facility, a conviction the defendant has openly mocked, boasting that they could have pinned that on me. They could have pinned, Oh, they could never pin it on me. Oh, this is getting worse, bro. This is getting worse. Defendant Cartegena repeatedly glorified violence and normalized its use by embedding it in coded language. Within the enterprise, phrases like pound him out, physical assault, matandin, kill him, and catch up, stab, slash, were understood as direct commands to act violently. These coded terms allowed the defendant to direct attacks while concealing his role from outside scrutiny and law enforcement. If they going through these dudes' phones and any of these words is in there to certain people, somebody getting ready to get life. Recorded retaliation attempts against the plaintiff. After the plaintiff begins publicly speaking out about the enterprise's misconduct, senior members Pistol Pete and Rich Player initiated a targeted plan to lure the plaintiff into a violent trap. Their actions were premeditated and recorded in a series of calls and mutual associate of calls to a mutual associate, Percy, whom they sought to use as bait. During the calls, Pistol Pete and Rich the Player referred to the plaintiff, T.A. the Legend, as a traitor, cited defendant Fat Joe's outrage over T.A.'s disclosure and made it clear that T.A. had to be dealt with. They pressed Percy to help coordinate an in-person meeting under the pretenses expressing that the situation had escalated too far to fix. These recorded calls illustrate the organized and retaliatory nature of the enterprise's enforcement practices. The use of coded threats such as pound them out and bring them in, was consistent with the other acts of violence and intimidation carried out under the defendant's command. These efforts to silence T.A. the Legend constitute witness intimidation and obstruction of justice in violation of 18 U.S.C. and qualify as racketeering acts under 18 U.S.C. 1961 1B. They also support the TA's claim of unlawful retaliation under the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, specifically 18 U.S.C. 1591D. Illicit communications and burner phone use. In furtherance of the enterprise unlawful objectives, the defendant Cartegena maintained a burner phone ending in 1330, which TA personally observed and used. The phone was kept separate from the defendant's public devices and reserved for high-risk enterprise-related communications. Defendant used his burner phone to communicate with underage girls and arrange secret meetings in advance of out-of-town trips, performances, or hotel stays. Coordinated trafficking logistics with known enforcers, including Pistol Pete and Rich the Player. Issued sensitive directives related to violence, retaliation, and enforcement while avoiding traceability. While avoiding traceability. The defendant routinely replaced the burner device every few months and it was used known only to a select group of trusted insiders. The secrecy surrounding this phone is its patterns of use and its intentional separation from the defendant's official communication channels demonstrate a deliberate effort to evade law enforcement surveillance and obstruct future investigations. The use of the burner phones and coded communications is consistent with the operational tactics of RICO Enterprises. It supports plaintiffs' allegations that the Cartegena Enterprises function with the intent, coordination, and concealment necessary to sustain illegal operations over a prolonged period. Prior conviction confirms enterprise knowledge and intent. Defendant Cartegena's prior federal tax conviction is highly probative of the enterprise's operational knowledge and intent. On and or about December 20th, 2012, in the U.S. District Court for the District of New Jersey, the defendant pleaded guilty to 2 counts of willfully failing to file income tax returns in violation of 26 U.S.C. 7203. According to publicly available records, including court filings and the Department of Justice releases, one, the defendant earned over $3.7 million between 2007 and 2010 through the Terror Squad Productions, Miramar Music Touring, and Fat Joe Terror Squad Corporation, which is FJTS. He failed to file a tax return for multiple years and took no action to correct his obligation until criminally charged. The defendant was sentenced to 4 months in federal prison, fined $15,000, and ordered to repay $718,038 in back taxes. This conviction confirms that the defendant's knowledge of federal reporting laws demonstrates his willingness to engage in concealment schemes to protect enterprise revenue. A lot of this stuff is repetitive. Causes of action, violation of Trafficking Victims Protection Act, TVPA. The plaintiff repeats and realleges all preceding paragraphs as through fully set forth herein. Legal standard. All this is repeated. Using the threats of force or harm, restraint, repeated. Using serious harm or threats, repeated. Without compensation or royalties. Yeah, all this stuff is all this is repeated in the earlier parts. Wait, what? Might not want to skip this part. Sex trafficking. This ain't funny. I don't mean to laugh. Sex trafficking by coercion. Yeah, I don't mean to laugh, y'all. Stop. Like, I just see something real crazy. I don't even know if y'all saw that. This is why I had to come back. Under 1591, it is unlawful to recruit, harbor, transport, provide, or obtain. I can't even. Yo, I did not just see what I just saw, bro. I don't know if y'all caught that. Yo. Oh my God, bro. This is yo, yo, yo. See, this is why I can definitely can't have Cuban Link in here. This nigga is going to have too many jokes. I would not even get past this paragraph. Or obtaining any person for a commercial sex act induced by force, threats, fraud, or coercion, and or affecting interstate foreign commerce. A commercial sex act is defined as any sex act yo, I'm sorry. TA, don't be mad at me for laughing, man. Please, bro. I just see the crazy. I thought we saw some crazy stuff in the beginning. What I just saw just now is really crazy, bro. A commercial sex act is defined as any sex act on account of which anything of value is given to or received by any person. This includes conditional access to food, housing, pay, or professional status. I'm not going to even scroll up because I don't even want y'all to go ahead. Defendant uses authority and TA's dependence on him to coerce TA into repeated unwanted sexual activity for Fat Joe's entertainment and power enforcement. Cohesive conduct included requiring TA to engage in sexual acts with women in Fat Joe's presence, directing TA to participate in group sex scenarios under the guise of loyalty rituals to Terror Squad, punishing TA for resisting by canceling return flights withholding pay and cutting off contact, or threatening TA that nobody leaves Terror Squad in one piece. TA's compliance was extracted through coercion, fear, and economic manipulation, and the acts qualify as commercial sex acts under 1591E3, as plaintiff's compliance was directly tied to job retention, income access, and travel home. Y'all not gonna believe what I just saw next. Y'all not gonna believe what I just saw next. Here it come. Here it come. If you might want to share this now, so your favorite person in YouTube that you like to chat with, don't be like, yo, why you didn't send this to me? Y'all got, I'm gonna give y'all 2 seconds to go ahead and share this to whoever you don't want to miss this part. Because what I just see is it's not funny, but it's comical. And I tell y'all about these industry niggas. And this is alleged, right? Even though it's in the paperwork. But this is, I know this is getting ready. If I don't know if anyone reported on this part, but this is getting ready to get crazy. In at least one instance, the defendant canceled TA's return flight home after TA expressed discomfort with the coercive sexual dynamic. This act rendered TA stranded abroad. without shelter or resources for several days. On one occasion, TA was forced to have a threesome with Fat Joe and a female fan. When TA rejected the demand by pretending to be ill, Fat Joe disregarded the plaintiff's complaint and yelled at him to pull his dick out. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, yo. pull your cock out, nigga. What do you mean you sick? Pull your dick out. Yo. Oh my God. And TA obliged. The woman consented, and as she was straddling Fat Joe, TA began anally penetrating her. Hey, yo! Fat Joe was very excited, screamed about how long he waited to do it. Wait. Fat Joe disregarded TA's complaint and yelled at him to pull his dick out. The plaintiff obliged. The woman consented, and as she was straddling Fat Joe, TA began anally penetrating. So they, what do you call that? Double penetration. So Fat Joe's in her vajayjay, and this nigga's in her Culu. That's too close for comfort, baby. That is too close for comfort. Wow. Fat Joe was very excited, screamed about how long he waited to do it. While Fat Joe was outwardly bragging, TA felt sick as his genitals inadvertently brushed against Fat Joe's. Oh, 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 no, 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 no. Now, why do I believe this? Why would a nigga lie about that, bro? Why would a nigga lie about that? Like, that ain't something you want to say. That is something you would not want to say, bro. But please, Lord, forgive me for laughing, man. Yeah, I believe that was forced. I don't think a nigga wanted to sit there and do that, knowing that that's too close, bro. I could see if he was getting head and he was hitting it from the back. But that right there, oh, man. Somebody said, now that's a free off. And nigga said, yo, TA, lean back. Yo, Lord, please forgive me for laughing. This is not funny. But I can see the nigga TA getting sick. Nigga nuts rubbing against Fat Joe nuts. Oh yeah, I would be creeped out. I would be creeped out, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I would be creeped out to the highest level of creativity. Oh, I would be so creeped out. Oh, defendant Fat Joe was very excited, screamed about how long he waited to do it. While the defendant Cartegena was outwardly bragging, TA felt sick at his genitals and inadvertently brushed against Fat Joe's. At another point during this interaction, Fat Joe began shouting TA's name. TA! 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 And she squirted on me. And she squirted on me, TA. When it was over, Fat Joe left the female on the bed, pulled out his phone, and began recording TA's penis without his consent. Oh, no. No. I keep telling y'all about these industry niggas, bro. If you want to be down and you want to be in the industry and you want to get to the bag, and you want to hang with the likes of these type of niggas, I keep telling y'all niggas, y'all do not listen to me. You're not getting to the bag. You're not winning no award. You're not getting a trophy unless you with the gay shit. I don't care who you think it is. If once these niggas is in that multi-million-dollar club and niggas talking about they got 100 million or niggas is winning all these awards and shit, I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, you don't have to. But you ain't living and you ain't get far enough in your talent for them niggas to try to recruit you. And as soon as your ass say no, nigga, that's it. That's where your career gonna stop right there. So if you ain't a person like me that don't give a F and don't care to go work at UPS and you just gonna give up your butthole or your jaws just so you can make $1 or be amongst these sucker ass niggas, it's good. You don't think these niggas is hanging around these niggas and they not doing this stuff. Do not think that. Do not think these niggas is getting features with all these big rappers and these niggas is I'm telling y'all, it is a requirement. Now, this is alleged, right? I ain't saying Joe did it or not. I wasn't there. But you think about it. What nigga is going to tell the truth about this unless it's the truth? Nobody's going to embarrass themselves and put this in there and be lying about it. Who's going to be lying about rubbing nuts with a nigga? Tell me, who's going to be lying about that? I wouldn't be. She squirted on me, TA. When it was over, defendant Cartegena left the female on the bed, pulled out his phone, and began recording TA's penis without his consent. On another occasion, after a concert overseas, defendant Fat Joe called TA to his hotel room. He forced TA to have an orgy with an extra female that was in his room. As TA was performing sex acts with the female, Fat Joe stopped having sex with his female, stood up, and started masturbating. While he was masturbating, Fat Joe started spanking TA on his buttocks. Hey, yo, I don't even know if I want to read the rest of this shit. These niggas, they probably gonna be mad at me. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, man. Hey, yo, man. I believe it. Or everything under the sun, I believe it. I'm telling you, these niggas in the industry is weird, bro. The only way you get into that is if you are with that, bro. You're not getting in the brunch and getting around these niggas if you ain't with that. Why? Because you're going to tell the truth. Niggas make you do all this shit to keep your ass quiet, nigga. Yo, when you walk in the room and you see your favorite rapper giving head to your favorite rapper, the only reason you gonna be in that room is if they gave you head or you gave them head too. Or you participated in this type of shit. How to chop Fat Joe hand off with a machete. Nigga would have slapped me in my ass while I'm up in some cool and some fucking punani. I don't think a nigga would lie about this. It's too embarrassing, bro. This shit, yo, man. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny, but I can't help but laugh. It's either I'm gonna laugh or I'm gonna cry. It's not funny at all. You hear me say it's not funny, but reading it, it comes off crazy, bro. I keep saying forgive me for laughing, but it comes off funny. While he was yo, this is real. This nigga is Fat Diddy. While he was masturbating, defendant Cartegena started spanking TA on his buttocks while screaming, "Harder, TA! Harder! Harder, TA! Harder! Harder, TA!" I don't think I want to read no more. I can't. I'm not trying to be insensitive because I'm sure this shit is traumatizing. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ, bro. I'll tell you, my shit would have went. Soon as that nigga smacked my ass, that nigga I would have grabbed a lamp and been like, "Bang! Fuck is you doing, nigga? Like, you crazy? You nigga spanking his ass, telling him harder." While jerking off, bro. Nigga sitting there being his meat, smacking this thing on the ass on the head. Man. Whew. Please let that be the last one. Please, I cannot go for another one. As of the United States versus Ray, 2022 U.S. District, Lexus 212-725 in the Southern District of New York, and the United States versus Ranieri, these niggas, the use of psychological pressure, dependency, and repetitional control to extract sex acts constitute coercion under 1591E3. The defendant's conduct satisfies the legal standard for sex trafficking by coercion, and each coerced sexual act constitutes a violation of federal law. Yo, bro. This is why you can't have a nigga like Cuban Links in here right now. This nigga would be saying the most stupidest, funniest shit. And oh my God. Yo, TA, pardon me for laughing, bro. I know this shit ain't funny, but please forgive me, man. Please forgive me, man. I don't mean to laugh, but it is for a dude to sit around and be one of the hardest niggas in the industry. We are seeing him in a different light, if allegedly, if this is true. Wow. Wow. Venture, liability, and pattern based on enterprise. Under 1595, victims of violation under 1589 and 1591 may bring civil claims not only against direct perpetrators, but against any persons or entity that knowingly benefits from participating in a venture engaged in trafficking. The Cartegena enterprise, including Pete, Pistol Pete, Rich Player, Erica, Sneaker Addict, Rock Nation, all of them, all of the same companies. Plaintiff personally witnessed transportation of minors, defendant transporting underage girls, 15 and 16-year-olds across state lines and abroad. The enterprise uses financial incentives, cosmetic surgery, and control lodging to maintain the victim's compliance, the psychological grooming of these minors who were discarded once non-compliant, theft of intellectual property. Defendant Erica knew or should have known of the defendant Cartegena's theft and concealment of the plaintiff's intellectual property rights, specifically as it pertains to the music he was featured on, as well as all the music he wrote. The plaintiff directly reached out to the defendant, Moretia, for assistance, and she ignored the plaintiff, stating that she was too busy taking care of her children. Defendant Erica created a web of shell companies, Sneaker Addict, Torrent, all those other companies that they named, again, to conceal ownership rights of TA's intellectual property. Theft of wages and services. Defendants, Sneaker Addict, Torrent. Yo, I can't get this image out of my head, bro. Defendants, Sneaker Addict, Touring LLC and Rock Nation LLC knew the plaintiff was entitled to receive $30,000 per show during the 2017 All the Way Up tour. According to a former employee of Roc Nation who managed the plaintiff and the defendant, Cartegena, the plaintiff and the tour DJ were slated to receive $30,000 per show for the work on the All the Way Up tour. Instead of paying the plaintiff, the defendant gave the plaintiff $1,000 per show and pocketed the balance. Upon information and belief, defendant Cartegena used the balance of the money to pay off the tax debt he incurred because of his June 24, 2013 tax fraud conviction. In addition to the $30,000, defendants aided and abetted defendant Cartegena in diverting $5,000 per show. The plaintiff was contractually obligated to receive only paying the plaintiff $250 for show. Damn. So he's supposed to get $5,000 and only got $250. Roc Nation's role as venture participant under 18 USC. Same thing. I'm not going through this whole Roc Nation thing. What is this? So they got a check, a personal and check information. June of 2019, net pay allegations, net pay $1,300. Year to date, 14,000. What do we see here? The total withholdings. I guess this one is, fake pay stub. Oh, shit. Knowingly deprived the plaintiff of employee protections, including access to overtime pay, health care contributions, unemployment insurance, and statutory wage remedies while using W-2 records to mislead government entities and suppress litigation risk. Somebody gave this nigga a fake pay stub. Obscure the true natures of the plaintiff's employing status, creating legal ambiguity that enable the enterprise to coerce continued labor through threats of economic ruin and professional isolation, satisfying the definition of serious harm under 18 USC, willfully refuse to investigate internal complaints and financial discrepancies despite having the authority to correct course, thus ratifying the forced labor system maintained by the enterprise. Supported oh my God. Supported and or initiated retaliatory litigation against the plaintiff and his counsel after they disclosed traffic and label coercion, further enriching I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. This is I'm so sorry, y'all. I still can't get back past the goddamn nuts touching and the ass smacking. Wait a minute. It is Yo, yo, Cuban Link, are you still in here? Cuban Link, are you still in here? Say something in the chat, man. Because I got to bring you on. I got a question for you. Because you was around during Triz days. I want to know if you ever been smacked in the ass, Cuban. Where you at? Hey, Cuban, are you still here? They said Cuban ran when he seen them allegations. Cuban, you still here? Because you know about Triz's, nigga. You was around during them Triz days. I need to know if you... Cuban, where you at, man? Cuban, you still here? Cuban, I want to know if you've been smacked on your ass, Cuban. Cuban, where you at, bro? Cuban. They the ones that came up with the Triz word for the threesomes. Cuban, where you go? Oh, don't come on, Cuban. That would have got me out of here too. He like, oh nah, Choke ain't gonna get me. Choke ain't gonna get me on here now. That nigga seen that part. He got the hell out. I gotta skip through some of this. Over more than a decade, plaintiff witness defending groom, isolate, and sexually exploit minors, often under the pretense of mentorship, access, or career advancement in the music industry. These minors were transported across state and national borders by or at the defendant's direction. The defendant exercised control over their lodging, finances, movements, and sexual ability, creating a coercive dynamic in which continued access and survival were conditioned on compliance. If y'all think this is not going criminal, you are out of your goddamn mind. If they could just prove half of this. Yeah, a lot of this is repeated. As a direct and proximate result of the defendant's violations, the plaintiff suffered over $610,000 in unpaid wages and withheld per diem, loss of authorship credit, royalties, and backed-in publishing revenue, severe emotional distress, including symptoms of PTSD, depression, and anxiety. I would definitely have PTSD. If my nuts rubbed against this nigga, I would never forget that. Oh, I'll probably remember that shit every time I piss. Reputational harm and career sabotage from systematic erasure and corrosion. According to 18 USC 1595, plaintiff is entitled to compensatory damages, treble damages, punitive damages for willful and malicious conduct, Attorney fees and litigation costs. Equitable relief included a declaratory judgment affirming his authorship interest in the works he co-created, a constructive trust over all royalties and back-end revenue derived from his labor, an injunction prohibiting the defendant from continued exploitation, retaliation, or use of works derived from coerced contributions. The plaintiff also seeks pre-judgment interest at 9% per annum, according to New York law, and post-judgment interest under 28 U.S.C. Count 2, unjust enrichment. The legal standard: the defendant was enriched at the plaintiff's expense, and it would be against equity and good conscience to permit the defendant to retain the benefit. The claim does not require the existence of a contract, but may be grounded in equity where one party has benefited at another's expense under the circumstances that demand restitution. See George Malone and Company, Inc. They got a bunch of case laws in here. For more than 16 years, the plaintiff provided the defendant with creative, logistical, and performance-related services that directly enhance the defendant's financial earnings, public image, and brand reputation. These services included songwriting, co-authorship, and vocal performance at least 18 commercially released tracks. 2, live performance support as a full-time hype man, more than 200 shows. Security and logistical support during domestic and international tours. Studio collaborations, artistic direction, and contributions to the defendant's branded and image development. These services generated significant commercial and reputational benefits for the defendant, including touring revenue, streaming royalties, publishing income, and enhanced public credibility. Despite this, the defendant compensated plaintiff only marginally, typically $250 per show, and intentionally withheld back-end compensation, royalty shares, and public credit. The defendant received the direct economic benefits from these services, including revenue from digital streams, physical sales, and licensing of plaintiff's uncredited music. Tour income supported by plaintiffs' live performance contributions, publishing advances, and royalties from works authorized by co-authorized by plaintiff. The commercial and brand value derived from plaintiff's labor and on-stage persona. Defendant retained these benefits without providing fair market compensation or formal recognition, despite repeatedly soliciting the plaintiff's labor with the understanding that the plaintiff would be paid and credited accordingly. Specific categories of enrichment. The unjust enrichment occurred by the defendant can be organized as follows: tour compensation, $3,000 budgeted. I'm not per diem funds, $100 a day times 3 days or 3 shows is 200 shows equals $60,000 retained by the defendant. The plaintiff pay. A lot of people get in the industry and they don't know that per diem is a mandatory thing, and you'll be working and traveling especially out of town. When you go out of town, your per diem pose a double, damn near triple. A lot of people don't know that when you come in the industry. You just be happy to be a part of things. And niggas will definitely take advantage of you. It's not till you get to like working for a corporate company like BET, MTV, and they, like me, they'll send me to go to another state to produce, and you will learn about per diem and things like that, because they'll tell you and they'll give it to you. But when you're working with street niggas and rappers and street labels, niggas ain't gonna tell you that. You find out about things like that when you work for corporate companies. Publishing and royalties, studio, vocal work, security work, commercial exploitation, reputation and brand leverage. I'm not going through all that. Y'all can see it. The defendant continues to benefit from the ongoing exploitation of the plaintiff's contribution through digital platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and PRO registrations. These works are still generating revenue without attribution or compensation to the plaintiff, TA the legend. TA's lyrical and vocal contributions, though undisputed by insiders and evident to listeners, remain unacknowledged in performance rights organizations, databases, publishing statements, and digital metadata. I'm going to move on. Equity goods. Courts have similar enrichment cases. They got a lot of case laws, man. The commercial value of the work wrongfully retained by the defendant far exceeds $570,000 and includes royalty streams from plaintiffs with co-writing tracks, back-end touring income based on misallocated budgeting, lost licensing opportunities, streaming digital and performance revenue from platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, BMI/CashCap, and YouTube. The defendant actively concealed financial records without royalty participation and denied the plaintiff access to contractual documentation, all while retaining the benefits of the plaintiff's labor. Equity and good conscience did not permit the defendant to retain the plaintiff's authorship shares in commercially released music, revenue from back-end touring, and performance agreements, royalties, licensing income, and intellectual property rights derived from plaintiff's labor and likeness, reputational capital that the defendant occurred in part through plaintiff's creative identity and performance presence. Relief sought. The plaintiff seeks the following relief for the defendant's unjust enrichment: restitution in amount to be determined at trial, but no less than $610,000. Disgorgement of all profits, royalties, and publishing revenue wrongfully retained by the defendant. Constructive trust of all intellectual property and financial streams derived from the plaintiff's creative work. prejudgment interest at the statutory rate of 9% per annum, according to CPLR 5001 and 5004. Cost of suit, including attorney fees and equitable accounting of all publishing, touring, and licensing revenue connected to the plaintiff's contribution. The plaintiff further seeks an accounting of the full financial benefit derived from his labor and constructive trust on any rights, copyrights, royalties, or profits traceable to his work. Equity and good conscience require that the defendant not permit to retain the benefits derived from the plaintiff's labor, particularly where those benefits were obtained through deception, exclusion, and retaliation. Count 3. Jesus. Recovery for reasonable value of services rendered. Under New York law, a plaintiff may recover under the doctrine of quantum merit when the plaintiff rendered services in good faith, the defendant accepted the services, the plaintiff had a reasonable expectation of compensation, and the reasonable value of those services is as certain, I don't know this word. Ascertainable. Capable of being discovered, found out, or determined with certainty through investigations or analysis. Got it. All right, quantum merit is more case laws. Services rendered in good faith. Defendant's acceptance and benefit. The plaintiff's exception of compensation. Reasonable value of services. Relief requested. Count 4, fraudulent concealment. Yeah, this is everything that we read earlier, just being broken down in category. How the defendant created a false facade of trust and loyalty to induce the plaintiff to continue working. Repeatedly promised the plaintiff ownership and gross profit shares, told the plaintiff he would be registered with the PROs, falsely claimed that the plaintiff's paperwork had been submitted for credit and payment, denied the plaintiff access to financial statements and publishing data, used silence and strategic omission to mislead the plaintiff about the status of his rights and entitlements. Defendant's duty to disclose. The plaintiff's justifiable reliance. Plaintiff justifiably relied on defendant's silence and reassurance. He presented himself as a mentor and gatekeeper in the music industry, created the impression that questioning financial matters would be disloyal, repeatedly stated that royalty splits and credits would be handled internally, dissuaded the plaintiff from retaining counsel, and promised back-end payments without providing documentation. As a result of that reliance, the plaintiff performed more than 200 live shows at drastically underpaid rates, wrote or co-wrote most of a dozen songs used in commercially released projects, was excluded from all PRO databases, and missed out on industry awards and networking opportunities. Suffered financial losses exceeding $610,000 in unpaid wages, per diems, and royalties. Okay, hold on. I need to see how much more. I'm at what, page 100? How many more pages is it? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I gotta take a break because when I thought it was over, it's not, y'all. It's more crazy-ish shit here. I just got to show y'all this. On the next episode of Fat Joe and T.A. the Legend. Look at this part right here, y'all. I'm just going to let y'all read it so I don't laugh. Let me go ahead and read it. We're going to get to this. I know I'm at still on one page 100. I'm going to stop there. Niggas said 50 Cent, these claims are baseless. Y'all don't know when 50 is trolling and being funny. Like, how would 50 know? How long was 50 down with Terror Squad? How long was 50 down with Terror Squad to say that these claims is baseless? Y'all don't know when he's trolling. Y'all don't see 50 saying, "Oh, Tyler, I know you didn't do this, Tyler. These claims is baseless, Tyler." How long has 50 worked with Tyler Perry? Y'all got to know when 50's trolling, bro. You telling me 50 and Terror Squad and them, they have beef? Those claims is baseless too, right? 6, Miami various. Joe forced the plaintiff to come to his room, to his hotel room, to have sex with a woman he brought back after the concert. At that time, other members of the TS were also present in the room. The plaintiff and the woman went into the bathroom, and the defendant kicked the door open and shouted to the group, "This nigga got a snake. Look at that nigga ding ding. Get your ding ding on, TA." Get your ding hard, TA. One of the individuals in the room responded, "Yo, Joe, man, I'm not gonna stand here and look at this nigga ding." Yo, oh man, it ain't funny, but it's funny, man. Not funny that it happened. It's just comedy that you kid. Some of y'all, man, yeah, right, man. Nigga Fat Joe ain't gay. That nigga ain't looking at no nigga dick. Okay. I don't know if he is or not, but the industry I know, it's a lot of weird stuff going. Some of y'all wouldn't believe that Diddy was rubbing dudes cum on his nipples. If y'all didn't see it in the court, y'all wouldn't have never believed it. Y'all wouldn't have never believed that he would sit there and let other men have sex with Cassie. Y'all would not believe it if it wasn't in court. Y'all would be like, come on, man. Cassie a dime. You think Diddy let somebody hit that? Yeah, okay. Plaintiff deeply uncomfortable was routinely pressured to participate in sex acts under the surveillance or in the presence of others, including Fat Joe and other enterprise members. These acts were staged to demonstrate Joe's sexual control over both male and female victims and to test loyalty through the forced vulnerability and submission. Yo, man. Look at that nigga. He got a snake. Harder, TA. Harder. Yo, that nigga Joe would have woke up with his goddamn neck slit. Like, nigga, are you crazy? Yo, bro. But I'm telling y'all, this is what you got to do to be amongst these niggas. Now you thinking guys like Khaled, Rick Ross, and all these niggas that hang out with Joe and Diddy and these niggas, y'all think these niggas ain't never witnessed none of this type of stuff, right? And I'm not saying they did, right? I'm not saying they didn't. But if he's doing this with one of his little mans, right? And these niggas is hanging around these niggas all the time. And then when Diddy get in trouble, everybody scatters, right? Nobody wants to show up and support. Why? Why you think now? Why would you think now? Why you think niggas ain't supporting Diddy? Because niggas don't want they dirt to come out. Look what came out about Kanye in the Diddy trial. Now this is all alleged, right? But you can use your best discernment to think how much of this is really a lie, how much is this the truth. And you think this nigga would make up? How many of y'all heard them niggas say Triz? Yo, we run into Triz. They even got a song called Triz, y'all. Let me pull up the lyrics to Triz. Intro, Fat Joe and Cuban Link. Bam, bang, bang, baby. Yeah, Terror Squad style. Trizzy, check it out now. Cuban Link verse. I'm rated X and sex. I feel like Lex Luger. So who's next to get scooped up by this roughneck from Cuba? Hey, Cuban, you back yet? We do maneuvers like Super Dave, always with a group of babes, laying mommies out like Sugar Ray, because Cuban Link don't play no games. Miss, I flip and do some strange-ish, really. With you, like, hit you with the whips and chains. Check it. I'll get you naked like a mystic, cause this blank is thick as a brick, long with big blank that fits it. Now let's get physical. My jiggable, my jiggable pie. Let this lyric, guys, scuba dive right between your thighs. I satisfy like a Snicker bar because I'm the pickup artist that'll stick you quicker than a spickle stripper car. I'll stick you quicker than a spickle stripper car. My repertoire holds a 4-star performance with all women, hitting more skins than Alec Baldwin. You're falling in love and you falling in love and you can't get up. You're falling in love and you can't get up. Now check the cut. I strip you. Now you can't strut. Word up. Bet your man can't do it like that. He can't work the middle because his thing too little. Bet your man can't do it like that. I'll make you scream pop pop. Wait, let's see Fat Joe's. Parading in the Palladium, all eyes on my presence. Popping the crisp, sporting the chick straight out of Essence. Word up, patch thug, 3/4 front, polo jiggy. Be like, who is he looking? Like a grizzly. While you watch me, you busy drunk pit what? While your girl watch me, you busy drunk pissy. Want to lay the love, but your love want to kiss me. Huh? I got a fly team. Me and my guys gleam like high beams, making a killing off the fiends with pipe dreams. It might seem like I'm conceited with the cream talk, but I got the kind of green that could bribe a Supreme Court. When we talk, the whole world listens. Turn your back to TS for 1 second and your girl's missing. I guess some lyrics don't fit. Triz. Hold on. Wait, let me see. Is this nigga Cuban Link in here? I'm about to call him. Yo, Instagram, I'm out Instagram. I need to call Cuban Link. I'm still live on YouTube. Yo, you still trying to come on? Yeah, nah, I was reading it, but I ain't see you, but they told me in the chat that you was in there. All right. All right, I'll send it to you right now. All right. All right, y'all. He gonna come on. I'm letting y'all know I got jokes when he come on. He gonna come on in 10 minutes. Let me see. Let me send him the link. All right, I'm gonna read some more, being that until he come on. Hold on. TA the joke means that ass. I'm just fucking with you, TA. You know, it's all love, nigga. These are just jokes. These are just jokes. But I mean, in all reality, it's really not funny. But to lighten the mood, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, the industry is really traumatizing. Like, for me, it's traumatizing in the way that, like, just because I wouldn't be on no gay-ish, or just because I tell the truth, a bunch of my peers won't even rock with me. Why? Because they all a part of that club. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you're a part of that club, you are controlled. You know what I'm saying? This is why a lot of people are like, yo, Choke, you gotta be careful, man. You be out here telling the truth. You're not fucking crazy that sound. Yo, you gotta be careful out here because you be telling the truth. So I supposed to lie, right? And let everybody that's coming behind me that's want to get in the entertainment industry and not let them know what potholes is ahead on the road, right? I had one of my guys tell me, yo, Choke, man, you telling the truth, man, you missed out on a bunch of millions. That's okay. I sleep good at night. I got a strain for me to take a doodle. Y'all niggas just sit on the toilet and just floop, 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 floop. Y'all niggas ain't strained or pushed a turd out your ass in 30 years. Y'all just sit on the toilet and floop, 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 because y'all shit is blown out. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind sitting there trying to get that shit out. Y'all niggas just sit on the toilet, be in the bathroom for 3 minutes. Bloop, 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 bloop. I'm done. And get out. The rest of us in there, we trying to fucking feel like we in labor trying to have a baby. Push the baby out. These niggas, they just go in the bathroom. Bloop, 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 bloop. Nigga be walking right down the street like, yo, I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta shit. Motherfucking turd just fall right down their pants leg. Bloop, right in the street. You know what I'm saying? So this game, it's like the people out here that's sitting out here defending Tyler Perry. Man, y'all niggas ain't never worked with Tyler Perry. Oh man, nigga always try to take a black man down. No. You think the Christian Keys dude disappeared for no reason? Nigga got his bag. He got his bag. Because he was getting ready to tell it. Y'all just think this dude just disappeared for no reason. And now this other dude coming out, they always just want to take a black man down. Well, the black man is the one that won't let us get no money unless they can put something in our back pocket or in our drawers. It's the black man that's doing it to us. What the hell are you talking about? This is why all the gay people that's in the cult, they are all Democrats. This is why they all got to go campaign for Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, because they all are part of that whole gay agenda to push the femininity on the black dudes. This is why you see your favorite rappers in skirts and dresses. Those are the ones that did it. All the actors, all of the NBA players. The NBA ain't no different from the rap game, bro. You know who I'll give you a perfect example. Who was the star on the Knicks that was nice, but quit the Knicks and went across seas? Why y'all think he did that? Nigga went and played in China. Because if he wanted to be the star of the Knicks, he had to give up his asshole. Anybody know his name? There you go. Spelled it wrong. But yeah. Why y'all think Stephon Marbury left the Knicks? Left the NBA. Because he wasn't going to be Dwayne Wade. Y'all don't think LeBron is with the ish? You ever seen LeBron dressed up like a woman? This is why every artist, actor, athlete that you see push the gay agenda, they all support the Democrats or the Democratic mayors or the Democratic Congress people. That's their whole agenda, bro. You can want to believe it or not. I don't even try to convince nobody of this stuff no more. What's the other the big dude from Miami that they talked about? Y'all don't think y'all don't believe that about him? Okay. You don't have to. You're not going to be these niggas unless you one of these dudes. Now, why would an NBA player be dressed like that? In the masculine sport. They couldn't get Kobe to do it. And what happened to Kobe? Why would a guy dress like that?
Yep.
Oh, nigga, when they got fly on me, okay. I see you.
You know I gotta bring the Spanish fly sometimes, man. We can do
Yo,
that.
let me ask you something, man. Did you see the
started
part?
all this. You started all of this. I just want to let you know this.
No, you started this 20 years ago. When them niggas jumped you and cut you.
Me.
You've been riding them. You've been riding them since then.
No. What the problem is that they crossed the line on me back then. You know. At the end of the day, what happened. So, I just been a real individual and been in this situation that they put me in. So I've been with my back against the wall, and I've been really, as you see, what's going on behind the scenes now. I can get a little larger perspective of what's been going on. And this is 2025. My shit happened 2002, 1. You know what I mean? So it was even more dangerous, and you have to be more gangster with it. And there's a lot of situations that I'm trying to tell you. I don't like to brag out here, but when I hear people talking about, oh yeah, he the one that's pussy. He go, just because I got sliced and all of this, and they don't really see the real shit that's been going on behind the scene. How these motherfuckers really had to move from New York because of my situation. They had to. So I chased that nigga out of New York. You don't want to give that up though, or say that. But if y'all want to hear the real story, that's what it is. That's how gangster this kind of war has been. And it's been silent enough where they don't know, the details of stuff. But y'all see how things get down, behind the scenes with
Right.
the phone calls that they're doing and the transcript you got. And how they keep my name still in their mouth to this day.
They use you as an intimidating factor. You don't want to be kid. You don't want to be Cuban.
Yeah, I know. So it looks like I took the loss. Loss. The only reason I would take a loss is because y'all let them gas you. If he could gas people with that gas, that's far from the truth. As far as I took a loss that day. Yeah, I might have caused cars from a faggot, bitch ass nigga from behind me. You know what I'm saying? They had to do that to get me off that beluga. Had to do that because he was the one losing and lost. You know what I'm saying? He was the one that got the first shot to take at me, which he did. You know what I'm saying? He swung first at me when I'm trying to stop a fight. So, that whole scenario right there was misconstrued. And like I said, you let him tell it all these years. It's like, it's used as an example for the other artists that were in there. You know what I'm saying? And an example for the bigger audience too is like, yo, if he could do that to like his brother, imagine what he'd do to us. You know what I'm saying? That type of fear factor. And to me, it's always been big shit. It's like, how y'all gonna let this nigga gas you with that, man? So I had to tell my story. When I told my story, it was sort of suppressed because of his power inside the industry. You know what I'm saying? So it was kept, my truth was kept, like, you know what I'm saying, suppressed. And his was out there actually in the industry whispering in people's ear and taking credit for this. While the public, you know what I'm saying? Yet I got to touch the public and let people know it wasn't as big as his voice. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's been going on all these years.
How did you feel when you saw that call between Percy and Pete, and they talking about yeah, you hiding, they still trying to catch you, and like how did that make you feel?
I mean, first of all, once again, they keep lying, talking about I'm hiding. I've never been the hider type. I never, me, I'm a free spirit. I'm a Sagittarius. Let's just get to that. You know what I'm saying? On some zip the drip shit. Let's just get to that. You know what I'm saying? My whole, who I am, I still be, you know what I'm saying, going out to the clubs and shit, even though I'm not supposed to, but I still hang out with my people. I still like to have fun. I still treat people with the same socialism that I started with. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know the devil's try, the devil try to make me turn my character, who I was, by that happening to me, like be a little more like, oh, you know what I'm saying, like on some paranoid shit and not trust people. I still do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I still keep my godly spirit and who I am, my energy. You know what I'm saying? I still socialize. I still, you know what I'm saying, be Cuban link, the same Cuban link who came in the game. A little more, of course, on point with more than mine. But as far as my bravado, who I am, how I walk these streets, they already know it. You know, it's nothing but solid shit over here. So, of course, the enemy is going to downplay that and speak the opposite to others. So they could now start sending messages to others that I'm sweet. You could try me like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think I left my reputation out there so long that
Oh, you can get them to turn the music down?
Yeah, close the door, man. Motherfucker, that's what I have to do. It's a fucking party in the house. So how the fuck am I hiding? So
yeah, you look like you at a party right there.
Yeah, so yeah, because you already called, choke the joke, fucking choke no joke calls me up and tells me to go on this podcast. I got to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I appreciate it. Yo, so
when I heard that, because I heard it through you too. Like you read, you was reading it out loud and I heard it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It definitely made me feel like it started making sense how some people that I talked to recently and even some affiliates that I had in the past, I see where it starts making sense. This is where it started at, as far as like, oh, he's hiding, putting out these narratives on me, and for them to be really plotting on me, I already knew that was going on, because it's what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So it's the same way over here too. You know what I'm saying? But over here it's more on defense.
Right.
Defense. Like I wish that nigga would. You know what I'm saying? But did I know things like that was happening behind the scenes? Hell yeah, I knew that. I know how faggot niggas plot. You know what I'm saying? I know how they make it seem to each other. And there's a lot of them. It's what it is. It's a lot of them. So,
how you felt when you heard about the sexual stuff? Like, was you? I mean, I know y'all started the trizzes.
No, I didn't start this. I didn't start anything. TA told us a story on live here. And all I said was, pedo. That's all I did.
So did you see the part where he TA was having sex with a girl and Joe allegedly came in and started smacking him on the ass? Harder,
no.
Harder, TA, harder. You didn't see that part?
I didn't see that part, but now thank you for fucking up my mind right now. Damn. This nigga just fucked my head up right now with that one. But you know what?
No, nigga, that one ain't nothing.
No, but I believe it. I don't want to throw people under the bus, but right now I'm on my Cuban revolution. So
yeah,
I blow spots like little sisters. So listen, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I seen that type of behavior before from Joe when we was running Triz. Remember, the Triz didn't start with TA. It was already.
No, that's what I was telling. That started back with the real Terrance squad.
Now, I wasn't there after 2001, but I know just like the Diddy things. I know I used to go to the Diddy parties. I went to a couple of them. beautiful, elegant, extravagant. I never went to parties like that so beautiful. No crazy shit, no baby oil things that I ever saw. It was nothing but beautiful things. But as time went on, and I stopped going, after 2005 and shit like that, then you see these allegations that came up with, niggas is fucking doing, number figures in the back rooms with S&M masters and fucking apples in their mouth. And they look like Pulp Fiction, scenes. So I wasn't there for that, but I could see the graduations, how the extravagant parties just went from sexy to sexual to fucking dark web. You know what I mean? So now it's like go crazy. So this is the same behavior. We started with the little kids with 1, 2, one girl, 2 dudes, and then turned to the the whole 10 dudes, what I'm saying, with 5 girls, doing real porn flicks type shit. You know what I'm saying? Moms and daughters and sisters and shit. I was around for that shit, even all over age stuff. But it was getting to like the demon devilish part after a while. And when you keep doing certain things like that, it goes there. It goes there because you keep pushing the envelope, keep pushing the bar. Because whether it's your satisfaction or your mental shit, get used to something, just like your body gets used to, like, whatever medicine you keep taking, it doesn't work no more. You gotta get up the dosage. It's like that. It's like, the Triz is turning to, in this case, is a fucking pale whale beluga. They want to be the director like Diddy, but now he wants to get involved by slapping ass cheeks and start directing the films.
It's another one where TA talk about how Joe was had this girl riding him, and he told TA to come hit her from the back. And TA started hitting her in the Duke shoot, and then whatever, and then these niggas' nuts was touching.
Oh, damn, the nut touches. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that was something me personally, I always was afraid. That's why I didn't do it too much as far as the trades, because, it's like, what I'm saying? Like, you could go in the front, the back, as far as like the dude, what I'm saying? Get a blowjob when niggas banging it. All right, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when you start doing the whole, the butt, same position, and y'all got to go like this, and then, what I'm saying? Y'all niggas is doing the fucking, that toy that goes like that with the ball.
Right.
I forgot what the fucking toy was.
Bangers.
Bangers. The bangers, when the balls start banging each other, that's when you cross the line. And there's a line there. There's a line in your asshole that is a line. You don't cross that line. And that's what happened. They went to the Hershey Highway side. And it was fucking chocolate all over them rooms then after that.
Yo, I mean, I don't mean to laugh because it's crazy, but the way he's saying it, like, man, like,
you know what I'm talking about. You ran trains in your life. I'm sure you ran trains in your life.
No,
you had two girls. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, it was 2 girls and you, or you had
definitely
two dudes, maybe 2 or 3 of your friends and shit, and you got like 6 bitches.
Oh, the women, yeah.
You always got more. The ratio is always more women than dudes. Sometimes, I mean,
but niggas like,
well, I be a put red train on the chick. You know what I'm saying? We did that. You know what I'm saying? But it was me and my man. Like we got into that, or just on homie shit. Like, oh shit, yo, this is crazy. Like when we started, because it was like, girls is just, what I'm saying, attracted to us. So, but it was never no strategized shit. It was a spur of the moment shit. The girl wanted to be down with that. She down with that. But it was nothing that we strategized and look forward to doing all the time like that,
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. I still not done like going through this. Like even this last page right here. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, this is serious stuff, man. It was serious. I thought it was gonna be just a civil suit.
Me too.
TA was just gonna get his bread because I believe definitely Joe owe him millions. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds of thousands, if not millions. That motherfucker owes me like fucking billions. We put it to the test. But I never sued him. But I'm actually, I was rooting for I'm still rooting for TA to get his money back. There's nothing wrong with that. And
he should. Do you think
the whole thing about this? But they forget that Joe was the first one who tried to sue him to keep him shut. Remember? So, So those are he
opened the door for this whole thing.
Yeah. So I hear people talking about the TA snitching and all that. What are you talking about? I know I made a blog. when I seen Joe sue somebody for the first time out loud. Like I thought that was disgusting. That's not gangster. That was snitching. That was some bitch ass shit to do. You from the hood. I didn't fucking go and sue you. Now you're gonna go sue TA. So I was talking about that. Now TA sues him back. And people got a problem with that. Now you crazy. Y'all crazy.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. It's like
TA doing the right thing, man.
Nah, he did. He is, and you know, and now it's kind of like if one of us went and slapped Jimmy Iovine or Leo, they gonna lock you up. They ain't gonna know no street shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Jimmy Iovine and them sue you for money. It's just it's a suit. You got to get your money. So what's all this extra shit? Because you know what I'm saying, it's TA. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I believe everything he says, man. I'm telling you, I was there. Between 93 and 2001, I was there. That's 8 years. You know, TA was there from 2005 to 2016. You know
a long time.
That's a long time. Man. You know, so I'm just saying, I could relate. I could see when he speaks. I could visualize shit because I know that fat beluga doesn't change. I know his whole structure too. I know the whole blueprint to that. You know, I know the linguaje. So the keepers, when they was running trees, they tried out blondin. Like, you know, the keeper was in, you know what I'm saying, metiendo mano. And that's a problem. The I could talk that TS language too. So when you was reading out the paperwork and you got to certain parts, I was like, oh shit. You didn't know what the words meant. But I did.
Right.
I did. I know the TS language, so you know what I'm saying? So the darn is disgusting, is what I'm trying to tell you. The darn.
You know this guy here?
The Epstein files come out, then they go after an entertainer. I mean, immediately.
Listen what he says.
He looks familiar, but not from a personal standpoint. He looks
right.
like he's been in the media.
Listen to what he say about Fat Joe. Tell me if you agree with him.
It cracks me up that every single time the Epstein files come out, then they go after an entertainer. I mean, immediately to switch up the narrative. I mean, Fat Joe, $20 million lawsuit with what they're accusing Fat Joe of. I mean, if anybody knows Fat Joe, you know that this is ridiculous. I mean, Joey is like a 9 to 5 rapper. That's what I would call him.
Yes. Captain's favorite Joes is out there. The Captain's favorite Joes are out there, boy. I see them. I hear them. I'm like this. Oh my God, look, it's breaking their heart that their little fucking giant beluga is getting sued. Oh Lord.
Right. Wait, hold on. Let him finish. Yeah, that's how bullshit it is what he said. You ain't even let him finish.
Yo, these dudes, it's like they got banged out by Joe already. They've been beluga-fied. Yeah.
I mean, immediately to switch up the narrative. I mean,
he looked like a pedo himself, this fucking dude.
A lawsuit with what they're accusing Fat Joe of. I mean, if anybody knows
anybody.
I mean, Joey is like a 9 to 5 rapper. That's what I would call him. Is he shows up, he does the job, he leaves. He doesn't go party. I've never seen him at any industry event outside of, like, you know, the Source Awards or the Grammys or something. He sits in his seat. Then he goes on any part of drama. You know, Joey is always the guy who comes in and helps solve the drama. You know,
this motherfucker. Yo, that's the guy. I can't even stand to hear people like that. Yo, I can't stand people like that. I can't. Yo, these dudes will put their life like this, like lay on top just for this fat, disgusting, criminal beluga. And I'm like, yo, what? It's not that much brainwashing in the world. It's like there's no way, right? But this is how he gets away. He gets away with crime, and they're all in bed with him getting a profit somehow. You got to understand that this is a business. This is a business, and those are PR workers. That they out there.
Yes, that's what I said. This thing is here for damage control.
Yeah, that's what they do. They got teams for that you can hire. They do. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fucking honor and the integrity of a man right there to see that when you know the truth. Like I know the truth about that beluga. You know what I'm saying? Right. I know TA knows the truth. People who hung around Joe, like he said, we know what he's doing.
Right.
I know exactly what that dude is doing. That's why it bothers me that he could get away with it acting like that in front of people, and maybe some of them get caught. I feel like so mad that I can't let that happen because it's like, hey, yo, I wish I was in front of him. Like I could Q&A him. I could tell him certain things and let him see if he answers is the way, say the real way Fat Joe would answer.
Yeah.
And get to the real truth instead of keep, the blindfolds on the public.
Yo, what you call it? You think this is gonna go criminal?
I don't wish for that for nobody, but if they deserve it, especially the pedophilia shit, that topic. If he did that, put that beluga in cuffs. Fuck that. If he did that, certain things like that, rape and things like that, pedophilia, to me, and like the old school, how we dealt with them. Listen, man. It's not no snitching. You can never say you snitch. That the snitching shouldn't even apply to this. If you take advantage of little kids and all of that, let the law handle it. Because if we handle him, he gets caught on it, he's gonna die. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the old school rules went. You know what I'm saying? If he's that type of individual, do I think he's a sick individual like that? Or he's, preys on little kids? I don't think so. I give him the benefit of that. Do I think he made a mistake? Fell in love because the beluga is a AAA. Remember, AAA. I'll tell you that AAA. JB, the other guy that he mentions in a complaint, his name JB, right?
Yeah.
That's extra. That's like one. I don't know what's lower than AAA batteries as far as size, because that's Fat Joe, AAA. I always call him that because, like I told you, we ran trips together. So JB, that nigga's mosquito nuts, for real mosquito nuts. So I'm trying to tell you, these guys got a problem with that down there. So they feel, when the women give them love, this is your fault, all your fucking fault. That's why you're laughing, you fucking choke, no joke. So listen. So what I'm saying is that
that's why I didn't want to bring your ass on here, because you're a fucking fool with AAA battery.
I'm not playing though. I be playing, but I'm not playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have a problem with that, and he's overly sexually active. These little dudes with mosquito dicks, they go crazy when they're around chicks, and they want to be the top dogs. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they keep the Asiatics, blah 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 blah, shalons with the African kings around them. You know what I'm saying? The Cuban kings, the African kings, they're all around them, so they go get the girls with the, you know what I'm saying, with the real ones, and they come out with the implants, the little mosquito, you know what I'm saying, the Viagra pills, and that's when they come out with the, the pumps and the rumps, like Hammer. pumps and the rumps. But I'm saying, listen, I know how you could have made a mistake, but after 3, you got 3 young, 15, 16.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like maybe one, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you fell in love with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You fell in love with her. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you was almost ready to lose your relationship with her, and it happened for real. You fell in love. You're not supposed to even did that. That's some fucking Buddy Riley shit. When I've been with his cousin, he fucking married cousin 15. R. Kelly with Aaliyah type shit. You know what I'm saying? But they got married and stuff like that. But this fat dude probably got, swept off his feet. I give him that if it was one time. But if you got 3, man, you got to strike out. And I think if you're guilty of that, you get everything that the court or whatever, you know what I'm saying, the punishment is. You deserve it.
Yeah, I'm trying to
what else, man? Because I read it's 150.
Right,
it's 150 things in there that I don't know. I read like.
Look at this 50. One right here, right? It said, on occasion, the plaintiff was forced to have a threesome with Fat Joe and a female fan. The TA rejected the demand by pretending to be ill. Fat Joe disregarded TA's complaint and yelled at him to pull his ding out. The plaintiff obliged. The woman consented as she was straddling Fat Joe, and TA began anally penetrating her. Fat Joe was very excited, screamed about how long he waited to do it, while Fat Joe was outwardly bragging, TA felt sick as his genitals inadvertently as his genitals inadvertently brushed against Fat Joe's.
Damn, this is worse. This is snuff film right here. This is snuff film productions.
He said, right. So while Fat Joe was outwardly bragging,
You gotta understand, he got the Chuck Norris chest too, Fat Joe. I don't know if he shaves it. You know, when you shave your hair, your chest, you know, shit comes back crazy, fucking buffalo for real. So he had the Chuck Norris when I was around. I can imagine now. You know what I'm saying? So this is a disgusting fucking Simba, the Lion fucking King, for real, with the crest on his chest. Incredible.
Right. Now check. He said, while Fat Joe was outwardly bragging, TA felt sick as his genitals inadvertently brushed against Fat Joe's. Inadvertently brushed against Fat Joe's. At another point during this interaction, Fat Joe began shouting TA's name. TA.
Yo,
TA.
I ain't gonna lie to you, but you know, there was one dude that was the first TA, you know that. I ain't gonna say his name yet.
Right.
He should know. I'm gonna play fucking trivia with you because I know you know. Yeah, he used to be that type of individual like TA. You know what I'm saying? Where the performances, he was like a porno flick dude. Used to bang him out with like Timberlands on and a hat backwards. And we used to be, he used to be make movies and shit with like the crew. We used to be like, oh shit. We used to be, some, young kid shit. You know what I'm saying? Going wild. Latinos. It was really like Latinos going wild. You know what I'm saying? So you can imagine a bunch of, Spanish dudes and even some black dudes down there going wild from the hood. And we got pussy like lined up just to come see us. And we used to do shit like that on some fun shit. All over age. Let me state that again. And it wasn't fun. It was memories that we got. But Booby, if you're watching Booby, somebody took your spot. So TA was the new Booby. Oh my God.
Yeah. All right. So he said,
but this is only Fat Joe in the room now.
Yeah, this is just him and Fat Joe.
Oh, see, this is where I get this. This is where I know. See, this is when the threshold went further. Because when we was with like Booby and stuff like that, and we're doing a thing, it was the crew there, and it was done in fun ways, like cheering them on, or some team, like we played a fucking game or something. But now it's just the intimate part with TA and the fucking beluga whale that's sitting on a corner, just jerking his balls off, looking at him, cheering him on by himself with pom poms and fucking.
Yeah, check it out. It said
leather drawers on. All right, yeah. I'm just trying to get a visual.
It said leather drawers on. And she squirted on me, TA. When it was over, Fat Joe left the female on the bed, pulled out his phone, and began recording TA's penis without his consent.
Recording? He was recording him?
Recording his dick.
Who, Joe?
Yeah.
Joe was recording his
allegedly.
Or Booby.
Allegedly.
I'm for TA's dick.
Yeah.
See, he was following the Diddy things. That's the things I heard with Diddy. Like he went into these sex rooms with these sex workers, and he would tell them what to do from a distance. But he wasn't recording.
But then, this is all alleged. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is what's in the lawsuit.
I don't think TA's a liar though. TA's not a liar. It don't strike to me like a lie to me. He embellished little things, maybe like saying 4,000. He forced me for 4,000. Shit like that. I'm like, did he really force you? You know what I mean? Or maybe caught you with a couple of, you know what I'm saying? Maybe whatever. I mean, you do get ass on the road like that. I ain't gonna lie. So 4,000 could be one.
Chamberlain said he fucked like 1 million chicks when he in his prime. Remember?
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I know what I'm saying. So,
right.
I believe 4,000 in 1 year. Yes.
Yeah. I believe that. Awesome.
In 1 year, if you go on tour and you stay on tour the whole year, yes, 100%. I believe that.
Yeah. So he said on another occasion at the concert overseas, Fat Joe called TA to his hotel room, and he forced TA to have an orgy with an extra female that was in his room. As TA was performing sex acts with the female. Fat Joe stopped having sex with his female, stood up and started masturbating. While he was masturbating, Fat Joe started spanking TA on his buttocks while screaming, "Harder, TA, harder."
He thought he was in a softball game, and he went crazy. Like TA hit a home run, and he's smacking the ass. Oh Lord Jesus, this guy. Yeah, this is thicker than Puffy's. This is the Joey Piggy Joey fucking bank right here, because this is disgusting. And I believe him. I could picture, because I remember how excited he used to get. He's like a little kid. Like, and he turns into that. Now, for real, I could see him, man. Listen, man, he fucked my mind up too, man. I should be suing for fucking mental anguish too. Somewhere.
That's part of TA lawsuit.
I should be busting that dirty ass. I seen him do, you know what I'm saying, disgusting things, and but you know, I'm a team player, so we used to, like, you know, they used to clap for us to do it. We used to clap around for him, so he was part of the team. So you know what I'm saying? That's why I charged into the game, and it was fun. It was dope memories. I'm sure the ladies enjoyed it too. It was never against nobody's will. It was done in fun. But I see how remember that's 2000, that's 99, 98, 97.
Yeah.
This is after, like, TA. I think they took it up on another level. Yeah, they took it up another level.
I mean, now, you know, niggas is in that weirdo group hanging with the Diddies and all these dudes. They play a different game.
Yeah, and his wife Lorena, she's a swinger. They've been swingers, like him and Joe. I mean, her and Joe been like the relationship been a swinging relationship. Like she brings the girls from the strip club to him, and they bang out. So he's used to that type of atmosphere.
Right.
Like in that world, they do that thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why you hear rumors of, you know what I'm saying, her sliding out, doing things with other girls, and you know what I'm saying, Benzino banging out and Jada Kiss. Those are rumors, but you know what I'm saying.
Jada Kiss too.
I heard Jada too. Yeah, in the streets, I heard. That's why I found it funny that Jada and
they ain't doing the show with him?
The Kiss and Crack show, yeah, Kiss and Crack. Yeah. I mean, I heard that. I don't mean it's true. There's rumors. I'm not too much of a guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right.
Well,
that's
through the years, though. It was Benzino and it was Jada that supposedly she could go, you know, slide off with. I don't know how true it is. You know, I'm just saying. But yeah. But I'm just trying to say that that whole circle with them, as far as the nuclear family, they allow that type of action. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, it's all alleged, but when you look at like Diddy's situation, if you didn't see the Cassie thing, you wouldn't think that Diddy was letting dudes bang Cassie.
Yeah, it seems peculiar to me. But once you go, you open that door, that swinging door, when you have relationships. Baby mama's getting banged out with you and your friend, and then she brings somebody else into the bedroom. That opens up the door for all that type of sinistry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It opens it up like that. So, like I said, you get tired of just regular shit. You start with two, another one. You just one girl. She brings you a girl, then she brings you two. The next, you know what I'm saying, she brings another dude that wants to. He's gonna show you how to be a real porn star and show you moves. And then it starts like that. And the transmissions come along. Girls, you know, half man, half fucking amazing girls. You know what I'm saying? So you in there doing a whole, you know what I'm saying? You turn into a mechanic in there with your girl. And then you fucking probably putting butt plugs up your ass. And that's how it goes. It goes crazy. Y'all niggas don't respect sex no more. Next thing you know, yeah. You know, the shit is Caligula again.
Yeah, because remember, Gene said he used to go shopping with Diddy for butt plugs and dildos and stuff.
Yeah, but nobody yet. No dude came out and said Diddy really, like, you know, penetrated him and they had a relationship. Nobody said that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of girls that was in love with him, though. I hear a lot of girls are in love with him. They're doing a lot of crazy shit for Diddy. The girls. You know, the dudes look like they're in love
with that nigga money, nigga.
Nah, but they love his world. Remember, he presents them a world.
Yeah, and then if he give you a shopping spree for $100 grand and take you
it comes
there,
with the money, but he designs that. He
Come on,
designed
bro.
that world for the show off. You know, so he knows he's in control of it. He's in
Right.
control of showing that. You know what I'm saying? Doing these mystical things that they love. They love the lifestyle, his lifestyle. They do.
Yeah. All right. Well, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna let you get back to the party. It's Saturday.
All
You
right, my
know,
bro. You already know.
and I don't want you to say too much more because you know they watching. They probably gonna be
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah,
Wait,
okay."
let me go on my underground bunker because you know Pete and fucking the rich baloney player, they're looking for me. So let me hide. Let me go back into my bunker. You know, so nobody can find me because you know I'm so scared of the fucking TF, the fucking tattletellers. But anyway, listen, nothing but love for you, all right? And
Same here, bro. Appreciate it.
keep doing your shit. Be easy on Gene. Stop being fucking so hard. I told you he's a good guy. Stop.
Fuck Gene, nigga.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck your man, Gene, nigga.
All right, well, bro, you be good.
What? Anyway, choke no joke. Y'all already know. Shout out to my man Cuban. Shout out to my man TA the legend. You know, these are all allegations until proven in court. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's saying that anything is factual. Nobody's doubting what TA is saying. But until it hits the court and, you know, this case is over, then we could say what's real and what's not. You know what I'm saying? But I think this is not going to end unless Fat Joe and TA, you know, come to some type of agreement and make this thing go away. It's going to get worse for Joe because Joe sued him first for defamation, and this dude came with a gang of receipts. And the last thing Joe wants to do is have him bring them girls to the table. You know, and if they got phone calls recorded with the girls that he alleged that he was messing with when they was underage, and he got those phone calls, then you know that he's talking to them. And the last thing Joe needs is these motherfucking girls showing up in the deposition saying, yeah, because then they're going to start wanting to get paid too. And that's what's going to happen. But man. But like I said, y'all, these are all allegations, but this is just the beginning of they court trials and tribulation. So where it go from here, it depends on how Joe responds to this lawsuit. And if they don't get into some type of mediation and make this go away like Cassie and Diddy did, it'll be way too late. And it'll bring, because if he bring them girls to court, it's over. I mean, it's definitely going to turn criminal. It's definitely going to turn criminal. And I don't think he need that in his life, especially when he got his own kids and family. But time will come and we will see. But the Tunnel documentary is out right now. It's called The Hip Hop Nucleus. Shout out to Fredro. I see he already wrapped shooting his pilot. For all y'all that thought it was a movie, if it was a movie, the nigga wouldn't have shot it in 3 days. Okay? It's not a movie. All right? But if you want to see the real Tunnel, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Cluster Stash Movies on YouTube, Tubi. All right? Here's the extended trailer. Y'all know what it is. And make sure y'all get my new album out now. Learn from Mistakes 2. Lead the Streets. All right? Choke No Joke, moderator, his squad, thank you. Subscribers, thank you. My membership gang, thank you. All the newcomers, hit the like before you go. And if you're new and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel, all right? Choke No Joke, you already know, man. Peace to TA the legend, all right? One.
Choke no joke, yeah. It's choke no joke. Let's go. Choke no joke, jigga choke no joke. Choke no joke, niggas choke no joke.
What up, y'all? It's Arthur D. Austin, better known as Choke No Joke. We out here at the legendary Tunnel nightclub, or at least where it used to be. Everybody asks me what's the Tunnel. The Tunnel was a nightclub that was owned in the 90s here by Peter Dixon. In 94, Stress Entertainment started a party called Mecca. In 96, Franchise Entertainment took it over and they had it until it closed. All the biggest names in hip hop perform here, from Jay-Z, Meth and Red, Dr. Dre, Snoop, Nas, Puff Daddy and the Family, Eve, you name it, they was all here. If you had heart, you came here. But everybody didn't have heart. So it's time for y'all to enter the club most people feared to enter, the Tunnel.
The Tunnel wasn't a unique hip hop club, and its foundations were based on the concept of bringing hip hop from all the boroughs to one location. And it was the brainchild of Peter Dixon. My name is Sterling Cox. I was the head of security.
Alpha Grinion, Brooklyn, New York.
My name is V.
House.
Sincere from Brooklyn.
Glenn Beck. Jumping Lee, whatever Lee you want to call me.
Omega.
Ray Mack.
Diamond.
Craig.
Candy.
Big Box. Big Country.
Ramona Diaz.
Big Penna. Big CB.
John Bass Raleigh.
Sean Brophy, sound engineer.
DJ Johnny Walker Red.
MC Frank Jigger, the celebrity's choice.
Choke No Joke, legendary videographer.
Supreme Bigger Figure. Big Cap. The Warden.
Big G, AKA the ringleader.
The Tunnel was a hip-hop nucleus.
It was the epicenter.
It was the domain, the temple.
It was the Mecca.
It was like the hip-hop Woodstock.
Nothing was that melting pot of hip-hop.
They kept the paradigm going.
It's almost like what Rucker did for like street basketball. The Tunnel was that of music industry.
Hip-hop had a heart. That shit was one of the main arteries.
It was actually a Mecca. That's what the original name of the party was, Mecca.
It was like a time machine. That's how the Tunnel was. You came out a whole different individual.
We went in there, young men with attitudes, and came out there wiser men with our lives.
It was definitely a starting beginning spot for artists to come and mingle and branch out and get your record heard and get your shit together, really, to go into the next phase of your career.
The Tunnel was not open or did not open. A lot of new artists, or a lot of artists that we know now, to this very day, will have never been known.
All these artists out today need to be happy that the Tunnel was fucking open. Nobody would hear none of y'all singing tight pants niggas right now. The Tunnel was a platform for niggas like Jay and Puff, Woo and Mob and DMX and Rough Riders. Niggas don't respect these niggas today, man. You need to realize, man, without them niggas, man, and their platform, it made a lot of moves for niggas today.
It happened there, it made it relevant.
Became a pillar of hip hop.
The Tunnel is the nucleus of hip hop. And I'll say all the way down south, because when the Tunnel was open, wasn't too much going on down that motherfucker. Y'all can say what y'all want, peace to the south, but New York made this shit pop. New York was where it's at. The Tunnel in New York is where you needed to be to pop.
The Tunnel was definitely a hip-hop nucleus, yo. It was just like the galaxy, it bring other planets in. You have people from France, Germany, London, everywhere. If they came to New York, they had to go to the Tunnel.
Hi, from here. I come here to meet you, and I'm going to all the place. I'm going to the Bronx, to Sedgwick Avenue, McCool Hook, do the party, and Cedar, and then I'm going to the Tunnel.
It was our barometer for, how we were really gauging records, and we were really, studying the behavior of the consumer.
It ain't just like how they do it now. You could just throw a record out and, wait 8 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever for the shit to bubble. Niggas was putting them records on to see if them shits get that reaction. And if the shit was popping, niggas would fast track it. If it wasn't, niggas would go back to the drawing board.
Absolutely. It's the definition of hip hop nucleus. Everything was there.
Everything that surrounded hip hop, from fashion to music, hairstyles.
Like, it encompassed every part of the hip hop experience, and they put it all in one building on a Sunday night.
If you go as far back to little hole in the walls and little centers where people start elaborating, playing the sounds and displaying the culture, issue with, and later on you had places that was up in Harlem like Harlem World, up in the Bronx called T Connection. Just using them as an example of many other places all throughout the city. And then years later, here come places like Union Square and Latin Quarters. The last of the Mohegans of for real hip hop had became the Tunnel.
Tunnel was definitely a hip hop nucleus. It really was. And you gotta say, believe it or not, the wagon master was a one-eyed white guy from Canada, Peter Gation.
Nothing will ever be like the Tunnel.
Choke no joke. You already know. Y'all know I love that cooch. You know what this is. I love that cooch. Yeah. It's the A thing. Clean cooch. Let's go. Yo, what's up? My nuts when I wake up. Got more than wood and I just bust one. In mahogany, I'm Ron Isley. Between the sheets, and she want to ski. And just shout with me with what I thought was pee. She rolled the D, her water broke B. Not pregnant, but baptized me. I'm down for more love, but change the sheet. She said, please, I want more. Next thing I know, mattress dripping the floor from her juices. Oral had me stoned, had a Corinne, and Medusa at one. And when I look in her eyes, between her thighs, I tell you no lie, ain't shit won't buy. I rob and take it, for me to taste it. Red Lobster, pussy, biscuit, freshly baked. Eat that coochie all night. She sprayed my face like Shook Sprite. I love her. I eat her coochie all night. She sprayed my face like Shook Sprite. I love her. Suck my nut. Check it out. Choke no joke. Learn from mistakes. DJ S&S the Great. It ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. Best day of my life, no sleep all night. Broke day for weeks, my cash was right. My capo tight, take our loot, unite. 23-hour shifts had us elude like Mike. Cash lovely, yeah, Dougie. How could this day get so ugly? Wifey bout to pop like some bubbly. Yo, doodles now most, you really bug me. Felt like a star, cop first car. Get up with the guard, what it is, baby paw. You're about to cop a van, get up with our mans. Before we reached our low spot, toes blam. Unaware what happened, discussing the clapping. It wasn't loud, ain't shit gonna happen. Me being stupid instead of getting they moving. This nigga kept chefing like the woo one. Then we heard a knock, no one knew of this spot. 6 niggas in the spot, 6 niggas not. Ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. I'm in the precinct all damn even. This good cop, bad cop shit got me steaming. No, I was caught, I ain't give a fuck. Had jokes like the usual suspects line up. Book times up, came back fuck. Shirt wrinkled up, my pigs roughed me up. Time's up, heard them clink of the cuffs. Niggas was so deep they had to call on the bus. Everybody that checks outside waiting on us like ghetto celebs. Our cells ain't plush. 5 in the book and gave a whooping. He never forget, they gotta be split. Up in the courtroom, they cause it ruckus. Everybody in the jacks waiting on us. Try to bail us out, that thought got thrown out. Bill one so high, I couldn't bear half a nigga out. Copped out, that's what first fell in the bow. Back on the bus, Rikers the row. Wifey in the courtroom crying out. We love y'all with tears running in their mouth. It ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon.
Choke no joke. Jack Brown. Yeah now.
Choke no joke. Jack Brown. Yeah. This what ATL in New York sound like. Let's go. Y'all hating ass niggas, I see y'all. Show get busy, that's why I got the crown. Hate in the air, you clowns, I see the envy that you breed, jealousy. What you need is your own damn hustle. Stop worrying about mine. Nigga, I'm poppin' cause I put in time. Came out modeling, camera in hand. Still get busy with the mic in hand. Streets pulled out, niggas got sprayed. Niggas turn on you when they see you get paid. The intimidation in your face. Where's the love? What's taking place? You want my gold and my ducats, cause my money overflowing out of buckets. Shot him in public, made people holler. Scar on his face for the money and the power. I'm the chokester. Chokester. The truth in the industry made me the chokester. 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 The truth in the industry made me the game had me fooled, got in, was young. Thought talent made you rich, damn was dumb. More to make, cake from crumbs. You gotta be sweet, G or native tongue. My heartbeat went into overload. When Larry tried to turn me into a mole, told me show my curly to the CEO. I didn't think it's funny, so his jaw hit the floor and grabbed that chair that broke his back. Then realized that's a hate attack. Harassment comes assault, you in the maze. No way out, like Puff and Mace. Touch me, tease me, I catch a case. Nigga, you ain't straight as your poker face. Father law God, in that game I fold. This sun don't tick, demon time don't hold. I'm the chokester. Chokester. The truth in the industry made me the chokester. 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 The truth in the industry made me the chokester. Chokester. The truth in the industry made me the chokester. Chokester. On the ones and twos, chokester. What y'all want to do? I'm here now. Eat a wall, stand up. Shout out to the bomb squad. This go out to all the PJs around the world. Either war.
Nah, way back.
Sound
back.
Niggas and guns. Yeah. Let's go. Choke no joke. For all the projects in the world. You ever been to a project barbecue? Yes, I have. Played the half. Extra hours for more cash. To go half on that coke and yak. Get to the block cause it get packed. Little babies, adults or crack. We feed them too, we don't pump like that. Plus it's like us, giving back. And they sales is the reason why we got so many packs of chicken. The hood not missing. Muslim said don't put pork on chicken. They got on Al about that, they thought he didn't listen. He wasn't been touched from them government missions. But they forget that when they bite that chicken, this is when the players get knocked, cause it's hot out. The sexy show out, glowing with the back glass on the mouth. She see you with the next chick, then she them out. Hustlers them out, just for nothing. Bustin' for attention, just dumbin'. Cause we know y'all ain't bustin' nothing. You ever been to a project barbecue? Kids, sprinklers, deep thinkers, playing chess, our heads on your left, blowing gas. My Puerto Ricans playing handball, Miguel and Heck on the court, wanna be like Mike. Life's a box of chocolates, you're riding a pipe, playing the bench, kids on the fence, watch your po-po, chase Prince. Don't dismiss your brethren for dumb shit. Keep it gangster, don't shit where you live. 12-1 right.
Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button before you go, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel before you go. Don't do me like that, all right? Not do me like that. Hit that subscribe before you go. Joke, no joke. You already know. Hit the subscribe before you go. Hit the subscribe before you go. That's all I ask, man. I don't ask much. All right? One love. All right?
Yeah. You know what it is. Joke, no joke. Either war. Rest in peace, Fuego. Don't ask me why. We here now. Choke, no joke. Grego. Rest in peace. You know what it is. Say I neglect her. I love my child. You make me go wild with your parenting style. Only for her, I wear this smile. Cause inside, it's really a grin. If I was a drink, I'd be drunk off gin. I'm not a quitter, I fight to the end. You're not gonna dictate who life I'm in. Just mad cause I went from boys to men. Like Wanya and Brandy, the road end. I say it in French, we are thin. I do not like you, you're not my friend. You make me cringe, get under my skin like veins, blood, bagging a cane. Don't know too many dudes that go through these things. Deal with your bullshit and still stay sane. Your brains with a blue early in the game. Yeah, deadbeat, I'll make you dead me. You wanna see me locked up like me, so I kick back and let the preacher preach. Wisdom of his word, get me through each day. Emancipation on the way. I'ma celebrate from September to May. Till the castle close, we go our way. I just pray she love me one day. Happy Father's Day, I love my child. 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 The worst type of chick, bottom of the pile. Tell him it's his and know that it's mine. Mine's is his, then run for years. What the fuck was you thinking all those years? What if she needed a donor and needed me there? Did family even question her hair? Cause she came from your womb, do you think that is fair? I remember the day I called you out of nowhere. You heard my voice, all you heard was air. I bet you were hella scared. You said forget her, you better without her. Her's my daughter, this is an order. Try running again and you'll be crawling. Cause I'm coming through like Mike Duggan falling down. This time not fucking around. I wanna see it now and I don't care how. You do it, how to it, move quickly. All the years that you ditched me, and right now you going to hitch me to your back. Take me where she's at, and don't worry, there won't be no clapping. These are the years of me rapping, producing, directing. For you it'd be hectic. I love my child and I don't regret. Happy Father's Day, I love my child. 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 Take me to court, bitch, that shit don't hurt me. I've been to court for worse, still survive, see? I know it's not about the money. You file to hurt me, I'm not a deadbeat. When it's all good, you know it's all sweet. When it's all hood, you gotta bear with me. Your girlfriends say take me to court. How you don't ask and then go to court? You know when you ask, things get brought or paid. Emancipation on the way, we'll hang out any given day. Your relationship will fade away. We will get close, you will fade away. Like the baby mama that ran state to state and had to run for about 8 years. Some say how she lived. That might satisfy the father but ruin the kid. Trust me, I speak it cause I live. In another song that info give. That's info for who follow the kid. You went half on the baby, chick you played me. Kidnapped my babies and made them hate me. Y'all ladies don't know, y'all drive us crazy. Fellas, if you out there, your mission, baby. Say it. I love my child. Choke no joke. This go out to all the fathers out there that miss their babies. They took our babies from us over money, child support. Now they don't even know us. This go out to you. Choke no joke. Yeah. It's choke no joke. Choke no joke. Chicken choke no joke.